The NCAA bowl season officially gets underway this Saturday when the Washington State Cougars square off against Colorado State Rams in the Gildan, New Mexico Bowl. Jeff Symbieta is the executive director of the Gildan, New Mexico Bowl and has all the details about this New Mexico holiday tradition.
That's good.
Good seeing you, my friend.
It's good to see you again. It's starting to feel familiar in here. It's good
I know, exactly,
the
right?
place looks eerily familiar, but somewhat different.
Yeah,
It's nice. It's
right.
nice. It's nice.
Well, so I got to ask you, this is the eighth annual New Mexico Bowl. How was the idea of a bowl game in New Mexico Bowl?
When I got here 17 years ago, I kind of started to fall in love with this place. And I went to work for the governor after I got out of television. And I was on the New Mexico Sports Authority. We were charged with creating, attracting, promoting sports events for the state for the purposes of tourism and economic development and profile. And I just thought, why not? Why shouldn't we? And so I started exploring, and there were some other people obviously involved. And ESPN owns events, and we found out at the time they owned events. The timing was right. Both the Mountain West Conference and at the time the WAC, the New Mexico States conferences, needed bowl games. It was the right time. The Lobos had just been left out of a bowl game at 6-5, so there was a little bit of a swell around here of support. And we put this thing together with ESPN and at the state level with New Mexico Tourism Department and Albuquerque Convention and Visitors Bureau. Went to Orlando. That was in January. Went to Orlando in the middle of April, presented to the NCAA. An hour later, got a phone call that we were licensed as a bowl game, and we were celebrating a dinner that night.
An hour later?
Literally, an hour later.
Wow. And
we were at dinner that night with the people at ESPN. The guy who's now my boss he said, would you leave the governor's employ and become our executive director? And here we're going on 8 years.
There you go,
and
man.
A lot of people said, you can't do it. And I said, why?
Yeah.
Well, it's never been done before. That's why we're going to do
That's
it.
the exact
why we're here
reason
8 years
to do
and we're
it.
not going away. Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
And the whole idea, Chad, it was for tourism, right? This is the slowest, pre-Christmas, is the slowest tourism week of the year in New Mexico.
Right.
So the idea was fill hotels, restaurants, bars, retail outlets on the slowest tourism week of the year and show off the beauty that is Albuquerque and is New Mexico on ESPN for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. And New Mexico during the holidays, this is the great place to be. December in New Mexico is fantastic. Well, so of course the big game, the big show on Saturday, but you got a lot of activity surrounding the game. You got something coming up today. What's
we
going
do.
on?
And Washington State got in town last night. Colorado State will be in town this morning. We're going red or green. And and the Washington State people are saying it's crimson. Yeah, no, I get it. That's a shade of red.
Yeah,
fellas.
right.
It's the state question.
Right,
I
exactly.
Get it. Play with me.
Trust
play with
us.
me. When you have your pizza tomorrow, they're going to ask you red or green. Y'all are going to look at it and go, what? Just give me the bread. Now, I understand it. It's crimson. Okay, fine. Crimson and gray, green and gold. But we're playing that whole thing out. Colorado State's in town this morning. They're going to start. They're both practicing today, and we go out to It's Family Fun Center. All they can do themselves eating, and they can eat now. These are some big boys.
I bet.
And then they play. We give them game cards, and they're kids. It's some of the, I did it last year for the first time, and these big 350-pound linemen on those things that they're going around like my 6-year-old used to do, and they're playing video games. They're just kids, and it's really fun. It's a great event. We have a spa day for the ladies tomorrow up at Tamaya. We'll do a hospital visit tomorrow. We've got an event for the players at the convention center tomorrow night. It's a game show competition. Open to the public is the pep rally. Our luncheon sold out. Joe Theismann will be in town on Friday down at Isleta Resort and Casino for our luncheon. Sold out, 750 people. The bands will come in and start. It's so cool.
Yeah, you guys are doing a battle of the bands on Friday.
That'll
is
be
that
Friday.
right?
Yeah, 4:15 out at Old Town Plaza. Van Tate is going to be not Ronchetti, not Kim Holland. We're going neutral on this whole thing. All right, we're going to go with Van Tate, who's a Lobo, and he can decide which way he's going. But it's free. It's at Old Town Plaza. It's at 4:15. It's a pep rally, battle of the bands, mascots. It's just, and that's New Mexico at the holidays.
Yeah,
right in the middle of the plaza at Old Town. And then we're kicking off on Saturday at noon. It'll be the very first game of the year as far as bowls are concerned. We got a fan fest, starts at 9 o'clock. Get out there early. I encourage people to come out. We put it's face painting and bands. The marching bands come through, eats and drinks and playing and fun. It's tailgating. The weather's going to be decent.
Yeah.
Come out. It's. I told you this before. It's an event, and I tell people it's around a football game, and it's cool. And if you don't have a vested interest, it's almost better because you don't get hurt when
you
the
just
Lobos
go and
lose.
enjoy it.
Right.
Absolutely.
You go out and have fun.
Absolutely.
But go out and enjoy it. These Colorado State people and these Washington State people are coming by the thousands.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, we're going to have over 10,000 people in town. Go out and enjoy it. Party with them. Tailgate. Celebrate New Mexico. Celebrate Albuquerque and football. And we're going to have a hell of a time out there.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Jeff. Pleasure to see you, my
Jeff,
friend.
great to see you.
Take
and
care.
We'll see you out
We'll
there.
see you Saturday.
Thanks.